你今日你小姐，今日你是用只者。小姐，
我这样牛人济，我来过来。
呢边有人，interactive， 所以你上重要是讲你对面有坐一个人。上嗰個好就是講你對面嘅人，冇講哈尼，冇講。
你使嚟嘅真是對面。
你也是吧啦。哦 ，OK， 這邊因為係恁在係就嗰個人嚇，這邊我有恁坐，
剛好。
你坐呢個嚟行，
我現在過來了。
你今麥就掛咩啊？就掛片嘛，嚇，就記住呢 ，OK， 謝謝。
我表哥人來了。我個人來，我坐對面啦，你去坐呀，你們兩個坐呢？老姐沒有，老姐在這邊。我叫漢平，我在。對，安尼阿介用叫伊甲你載來啊。我唔知你會來。
當然會，你看完你也知道。
好啦，有人加油！
有人哋呀 ，OK。所以今日topic 叫做我是叫做 Future of Work， 小可甲你哋 program 無共嘅 title， 但意思是講即馬。因為你有你讀 news 吼，就是 Great Resignation， 就是人你無上班。最近 even Amazon 就我講 10,000 people they lose their jobs 吼。also 我是講Twitter， 你知唔知啊？我是Facebook more recently， 個會 will affect the economy 吼。and 這幾年 COVID 咪是咁快嚇，好正間大家攏 work from home remote work， 所以上咪是攏 remote school， 所以 the way 人哋 interact 跟人哋absorb information 嚇 collaboration 嚇大家攏變，所以我上班就是 consulting， 就是 help companies figure out 一個新嘅 strategy， 比方就講 OK 人別咁就唔愛個住喺 office。人唔愛上班就是因為冇愛個囡仔是個爸爸媽媽唔讓你一個人創辦你自己代誌，所以即係就是講 the era of the human being， 叫做awakening， 講大家攏想講there's more to life than work， yeah， 我是講 it's not possible， 講我是講大家愛創辦你自己代誌冇法度，and in reality， 我是講，我到底美國美國嘅 business systems、business structure， 就係white male created the structures， 安尼嚇，所以你也無 network， 快講你去到去讀學校，你嘅 relationships， 攏會影響講你嘅 career， 所以即馬就係叫做 BIPOC，Black Indigenous People of Color， 中國人我是想講 a person of color， 嚇，啲 America， 想講。How 人跟人嘅 relationship, how do you have more voice? How do you make more impact in your work? So again, today show touch on that, but I want to be interactive to introduce the topic, okay? So why company, but we founded during COVID, so why career path show zigzag? 我開始就是the University of Michigan taught Japanese language and literature， 我以上去想講要讀 international law， 但迄陣我唔知影 any international lawyers， 我冇唔知講 international law 實在是啥物，所以我去 college 時陣開始 what is my passion? What am I interested in？ 所以我見就講我日本話甲我阿嬷，我就 show 我阿嬷，會曉甲因講日本話，我所以我搬去日本 ，and I worked for the Japanese government during the Kuwait War。 有些 experience 就 like I have a master's in public policy and environmental science. But 迄阵冇结婚，开始生囡仔，所以上班 and work 迄阵 felt like a choice. I chose to stay home with my kids for 10 years. So 差不多10年 raising kids when I California. And then I got an accidental job. 讲我伫囡仔学校 private school 去上班，我做 director of advancement partnership. 迄阵学校们拢开始 change 就济，唔是讲 principal 大家拢 decide， teachers 们拢爱 buy in 即 diversity inclusion belonging 我是开始 they on the rise as a topic So 我看讲 organizational change, organizational dynamics 就 interesting. So I would leave the school setting. I got a master's in educational leadership as well. Really studying 讲人跟人的 relationship, how to optimize the relationship, how do you make it fluid. So 讲 organization 会only 叮当，会only manage change, 会only face uncertainty, 会only stay innovative and fresh. My company 叫做 In Tune Collective， 就是讲人你in tune 你 feel in tune, then what becomes possible? 你only 从什么款的 work potential. Okay. 所以今日这个 interactive workshop 有 opportunity 他small pair 两个人跟两个人，一个人跟一个人讲话你有 opportunity to reflect for yourself. Oh, maybe there's something I'm learning today, something new. Like a big group 大家我 call on each of you, I should call on the group. 讲你 small group 你讲啥你听着啥。It's a learning by doing. So one cuts out 是学校我细汉的时阵probably 您小的时候的学校我是讲老师讲啥你写起来质量这 test 就是 quiz 就是 go 一直 progress, right? 即卖囡仔的学校就像 learning by doing. No small group work one example 就是讲 in kindergarten 囡仔 only take iPad. only 从 makerspace 有 Legos 有 pipe cleaner 有 cardboard. I mean go okay, learn about oceans pollution. Learn about cleaning up the ocean, engineering, technology. As I collaborate on a solution. As I use iPad, hit video. Oh, tell me about your project. Oh, how did you get your idea? I use video to presentation and learn oral presentation skill, right? In kindergarten. So kina jimano I help in the project-based learning, application to the real world. So in it all, she go textbook on it all. She answer. In go when to California, there's a drought, right? When to California, there's wildfires, right? Endangered animals. So in it go what am I passionate about? What about as a GB, I'll say go okay. You're passionate about this small group. You collaborate. Finding a solution. How do you make a website? How do you communicate your ideas? Kindergarten, as a kindergarten, I have you should go 3rd grade, 6th grade, 8th grade, high school. I have so high school students just want a PhD because it's on a research level work sometimes, right? Not across the board. And then or engineering, coding in very very young age. However, need to be workforce. To be workforce, bo used to go, 佢少年會人來家己想講家己搞 like oh I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. So why work 就是 in the middle 講bo 迄個嘅 training bo 講大家 idea matters bo 講 less hierarchical 這邊較my idea matters too, my voice matters too. So how do we integrate and blend, create a blend moving forward? So Ganji, I gotta invite each person to be curious. What they gong some kiki guai guai. You should go, oh, maybe I can be curious, go on an adventure. So why I gong to the Taiwan is in she is young. What tian say goes to tian just a guy bends up one moshi, she goes to shape who I am. So why 佢講老電是 病啊，楼卡是楼卡是病啊，楼正是大家住伫遐吼，所以阿公 on Sunday， 我讲唔对，爸比用你教我 correct。on Sunday， 伊提车来头前吼，啊 honk the horn， 啊讲，嘿，啥物人要去 go on an adventure 吼，啊，爸比也是爸比的弟弟，我阿姐也是住伫遐的 nurse 吼，啊，大家一边车顶，阿公使去倒位去看 waterfall， 也是 picnic。是啥物海袂歹吼，所以我细汉的时阵拢听这个故事吼，甲阿公讲话吼 ，I can feel his spirit right of adventure. So I invite 恁大家今日讲 How can I go on an adventure? Okay. As a give and receive, 恁大家有 experience 吼，我就 honor 跟 respect 恁的 experience 吼，所以讲 speak freely, share freely. As a receive 讲你咧甲不管啥人讲话哦。Maybe had a new experience that I can also receive. It's my only invitation. Okay. So 要开始哈，你坐伫 across from you 就是你的 partner， 啊，爸比你也要来坐，maybe that's a good start. 大家有 partner 哈，你也无 partner 你，啊，我会从 timer 啊，佮一个音乐哈，90 seconds 呀，绝对哈。你个 share 一个人，所以啥物人较 daytime 要先讲哈。OK， 所以 daytime， 所以你在你的 time 较 day 你先讲哈。Actually 我要改做 2 minutes， so you 2 minutes 哈。讲 What am I celebrating in my life？ 我的 life 即马哈有啥物特别哈？特别好。特别欢喜，你听的人吼，所以啥物人要先讲，你去从起来。先讲的人，你参无的人先讲 ，OK， 你参无的人你先讲。你是你参无人先讲 ，OK， 这你听的人，你今日在听，唔是讲哦，我无是安尼。是哦，你跟他在听 ，so practice 是 how do I practice listening? Okay, everybody good? And 你要伫厝的 live stream 哈 ，you can write your story. 你有你写你的 story down. Keep a little journal for yourself. 你要无 journaling practice? It's a good way to document. Okay? Each person, huh? Oh, I put some music on.
Wendy
胃口也是休息。讲我的青春就对了。 做大夫啊，一生中的大夫。我打发给方面的。TBA 啊 ，TBA 巴黎啊 ，sorry。
So I'm curious, what was it like to talk about your story, to share it with somebody? 这么有 echo 上的。OK 啊，胸肩 OK 所以我有听讲就是人咧讲话就是 the energy rose yeah 就欢喜 OK 就欢喜个啥
Next 对方
拢会使免讲特别啥物人 maybe 两人个两个人有啥物意见 How was that to share?
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
如何讲啊？
我想迄个我现在小因查囝50岁庆祝生日，安那安排，安真精彩创 video 啥。
Nice.
Very interesting.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. 我就 something new
Yeah, I know
about
more about him.
Yeah. 可能是无去看的机会，请嘛，是吼。
无去讲到迄啦
Yeah.
Yeah, so very thankful
Thank
to
you.
to
Yeah.
program.
敢有人感觉讲开始，我要讲啥 ？Like 你咧想讲，这伤 personal， 伤 private， 这较爽快，这较爽快。敢有小可 the calibration before you share the story， Yeah. Okay.
我想吼，这嘛爱看你甲对方是何等的人，何等的人，因为有的人你无感觉讲你会足 comfortable， 啊，这个对方的面啊和蔼可亲哦，你哪能直直讲所以我想这种 sharing is very good， 但是就是讲，咱是讲爱认清水，看你甲什么人讲话 ，OK。
Yeah. It always, it's always your choice,
Right.
Okay.
啊，个人咧。
Okay. 即摆佫过佫共个 partner， 你即摆要画，唔是讲画图，唔是画图，是 making a mark on the paper， 看你要拣什么色，还是你用黑笔拢会使有可能是创有够创 watercolor， crayon， 有够足侪。paper supplies 也是特别的。OK， 所以大家拣一个 tool， 你在你拣啥物？你看 计表较水的色，你要爱用哩。OK？ 哈？这样就是，这样就是，然后一再好。现在灯做位置嘛，做现在位置的对，现在装位置哈。computer 不是进来的。computer 不是。OK， 所以你装个上面哈，要去说个位置的，就在上面都会使哈。So I just practice smart. 这做冇 pressure， 这做就是必要的，这做就是必要。个位置嘛哈，我要和大家3 minutes 哈，您 pair 就是 one team 哈，所以讲较早上尾讲话的人哈，要先画，你要跟他画，你在你要画啥？就是讲画 complete picture。You're gonna make a mark 哈，所以你的 partner 要来，伊画安尼，我要画安尼，伊画安尼，我要画安尼，所以你咧讲话哈，俺佫无用嘴讲，OK，no words 哈 ，OK， 所以这 exercise 就是 taking turns， 讲两个人，干嘛无用嘴讲话出来，就会做在，OK，so start fresh。OK。
对不对？你赢了以后，然后再来我就要画，你要看我画，然后再来画。
Try for no words. No words.
我这个从你的灵感我就画掉了。我讲话，你讲话点点。
我已经背因为这样子。你喜欢你或者是因为啥？
我哪里有这个？
既然位置哈，位置哈，这个会很老。
我也一下，太阳也画乌云的可以。这个只能往回。不要围道的讲。
这是讲真正围道的 exercise 哈，就是讲 how do you communicate？ 用 kind of method。
叫皮亚水，学他动可以。这话咪会了，皮亚水，你味道上到位啊。水啊，水应该是用蓝色的，这无蓝色，用蓝色，这用蓝色的。为啥？这个为啥是绿色的呢？那是大家盖的。是不是不懂？你为啥放你放的？你有最想放的。
No rules. No rules. 在里面唱啥 ？The only rule 就是讲无讲话，安尼尔。就拍手好，可以。很困难的。
画画。 葱，烟葱是这样放，烟葱，这是烟葱，对，这是烟葱。还有花，
像过时一样放在那里。你什么香？
好像是小孩子在玩家家酒一样。
这是鸭子，还有 chicken。
OK， 即马要中奖吼，你甲你的 partner 参详一下吼，敢 1 minute 尔，恁两个参详讲 How was that process？ 恁 taking turns 安尼是歹创，还是熟悉，还是你敢有学着啥？敢有注意着啥物？吼，恁注意啥物？你甲你的 partner 讲。OK， 所以即马恁注意啥物？恁敢有注意着啥物？讲这 process 吼，是有学着啥物？是有 notice anything？
I can then action.
Microphone
Yeah.
Joey. Thank you.
有山有水嘛，有房子。
OK， 这边
这样子月亮，
像这
人家一起，而且按时对哦，也是月亮，月亮很好，月亮在，
我跟他讲说要
鱼在游泳。
你给他游泳都睡觉，太阳在露室。哦呀呀呀
It's true. OK， 所以伊无拢无讲话吼，但是看讲啥物人画啥吼，所以两位 later 刷是用你来看讲伊画着啥，画就知影讲情况内底咧想啥咧，又无用讲话，go try to support each other 安尼吼。偷偷这边有人要讲话，偷偷讲有过来，谢谢哈。OK， 等一下。
我们这很漂亮。
前头啊有诶，想要画目的，通我家己画落个目的无相，但是伊会当 adjust 两个互相 adjust， 看猜看伊的目的是啥物，我的目的是啥物安尼。
So adjusting, huh? Adapting, adjusting. Thank you. 这边。Yeah. Oh, the example 对，这边哈。
It's a good interaction.
对对对。
Yeah. Between her drawing and my drawing, she give me the idea, and I also give her the idea.
对呀。
And I feel we are very compatible partners.
对呀。
哇，
就嘿，这个人画树啊，个个迄个人无画树啊，这太阳无太阳，哈哈。
Sort of inspire each other.
对 ，Thank you，Thank you。要想到这里，哇厉害！
我想拍，伊就知影对我支持。伊袂食菜，我就一个过一只。
嘿。
有拍有迄个 两个结婚了，什么
你就是给他写给他。
我是 happy family。
Happy family, yeah.
family 啊，
你刚有讲creating something together 啊？对哈。所以唔是讲咱一个人意見講哦 ，we're creating a happy family, creating a vision 哈。伊個 partner 嘛有感覺講同款，咁佢攏無講話，哦，你無講，哦，你要為這，我則為這，你為這，我為這，好，所以你先講一定就 instinct 哈。這款的 activity 就是 opportunity 是講你的 instinct value， 你的 instinct 列出來。Any other skills？ 你剛剛講 this exercise 有用就什麼款的 skill？ Thank you.
Skill 剛剛在 play bridge， 你就愛你個 play bridge，without talking。Yeah.
就是 helping each other。英文就是說 collaboration 哈，說個 like collaboration，是 listening conversation。所以這 exercise 叫做 visual conversation。and I use it with teams。講最近做這 team 攏要為有 hire new people， 要為拄着。所以 team 唔捌做伙。所以用這款的 activity 常講 how do you get to know each other? How do you feel safe sharing your story? How do you collaborate? How do you connect, feel more connected as a team? Okay, 所以這個大家要站起來哈。上簡單就是find a new partner at the same seat。上簡單就是講這邊的人你來這邊。所以大家坐這裡啊，安尼 change seat。你搬去伊啊，你搬去遐。One seat to your right. One seat to your right. Switch it up. Switch seat.
And changing the part.
不是啦，现在趁着些了。
Changing the part.
change seat。然後你前幾天，哦，你前幾天啊，你看看聽說味道。Also change partner. Also 唱那個哪一個位置是空的位置？OK。有這樣。你原來在這家，我在這邊你怎樣？這弄好位的對吧？哈。都會使簽字的，都會使簽字。我來這邊下面坐恁嘞，應該有坐。無來啊，剛才過邊啦。然後這樣，你要坐一點，我在家。
Does everybody have a new partner? That makes sense. 新的 partner? New partner.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so the next exercise is in a partner hung. There's the same type of story sharing. This time you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Whoever woke up earliest this morning, 較早醒的人先講。
幾點起來？我站起來。
Okay.
幾點起來？我8點起來。
你我老看到8點。
我啦，我才幾點起來？6點半。那這樣幹嘛？現在啊？我今天6點11分。等一下，老師要講話。你衝起來。你做什麼？老師要講話。搞了一個稿。
秀蛋姐，
搞了一個稿了，做別人搞錯。
我從哪裡考？等一下，我從哪裡考？你從？我從？你從哪裡 ？Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. OK，所以我你会听我拍手就是安尼，大家就会 come back together 安尼吼。即摆要讲啥？就是要讲something that you would like to try in your life。或者是 learning a new language， 或者是 jumping out of an airplane， 或者是 climbing Mount Kilimanjaro。我唔知讲你要创啥吼，啊不 ，something 你想讲哦，我是要做爱做这项代志安尼吼。You 2 minutes 想做 why is that important to you？ 想做重要。你讲有，你真正想讲要创，还是敢若想讲哦 ，that would be nice to do。在你要讲啥吼？
我想学会讲一点 Spanish。
OK， 所以较早册啦，
想要 try。
我前面重要的，我也学不乖，我的助理，我手机啦，反正手机在查消息，没要，我怎么没要啊？我这肚子这么大，我怎么没要？你被我拿。
现在你本来要不要把这个来好，什么都要，还要跟人家吧唧下去，不会讲家的话，人家不要说。
很难的。
拿我们的老的去我拿这去沟通的啦。我爱用的，然后就是我在他们教你要用的，你要哪一种的？我要的是不要用，教会一个他会教你，就可怜的。当然了，不要用很难的。我现在去跟能够在那边，你说你要教会一个。
包括开就是还是讲会议性的我的机会差是这样的。
我家人因为工作关系嘛，我不大的，反正医生我不这个，家人拢有这个啊，我特别提供有这个，一般可以嘛，拢可以。
人生的办法，我一次上班啊，就是一次拢手机，可是到这个真的很难听。
我想讲啦，我他先拿到一些，通给了，今天通给了。
讲一家到底是人家大队，我通通放，那你就为了前面我是真的来我们家比较要怎么
人家都在让看我是要大部分都比较瘦，我要瘦啊！大部分人都比较瘦，哪里？他们嘴巴的，我真的要长要看。
我叫他妮娜，我是妮娜的小孩，我是说我学姐姐，小孩的。 再给自己的说来，我还要学现在怎样看到你看我这人的想看到什么呢？力学占平衡，阿婆，这样拉链在外在后面，拉的深个进来拉上来，我这不敢看嘞，你阿婆啦，赶不过来，就是一个开始，不要穿拉上去啦。进过来，轻微了，你知道啊？小学生他的现在你讲的你还好吧？这么看不出来。
Enjoy 嘛，
不简单，要来那个所以我想起来要这什么表达要你教我这个手我教你什么东西啊？教我用手机的。
各位哈，今晚要袂要讲话哈，你头头就是 spend 2 minutes 在听一个人，你的 partner， 听讲伊个 story 哈，所以你今晚在里面用什么 marker 伫你面头前 draw a picture 哈 that represents in a story。
draw picture。
啥物款的人，啥物款的人在这也是对哈。Do the best you can 哈，唔是讲画图看你水的意思是讲 how do you 你要怎样 represent 讲？哈？
我要大肚子。
你 draw 你的 partner story， 唔是你家己的故事。你 draw 邀迄个人的 story。OK？ OK 啊，我要你2 minutes 慢慢做哈。免讲关键到你慢慢做。你画讲迄个人的 story 讲。你手小可砍嘞吼，所以因即摆无看着。你小可砍嘞吼，砍嘞无要紧啊。你头壳顶啊，你讲哦，我袂晓画图，吼，还是头壳顶讲哦，我遮久无画图，我被见笑是歹势，我袂知。我唔知啊，就是所以说讲，你头脑你讲我袂晓吼，摕迄个头脑的声吼，怎结出去后头讲 go away， 所以讲你要 concentrate on。OK， 无要讲话
好呀。
这是你跟你要讲的话，跟你喜欢的。
哦，游泳哦。
安尼感觉会出来是哀叫，是哀叫啊！
add some detail 哈。
Somebody has
some detail。你听 story 有啥物款的人伫内底？人咧 上不上去？
我是学你讲，你后底下吼，后底面后尾你今晚开始，Happy face，对你好，我今晚是。
今麦就是因为想 give the drawing a title，是讲你的 partner 的名哈，用你的名，give it a title， 讲这是梦阳的 dream 哈，是啥物，你 make up 你家己的 title for 你的 partner。
退休。
下两天转
退休日。
下出大，下两天。
退休，退休，然后你就旅行，哦，你有旅行了哈。你要讲E3嘛，BE 哈，是BA。
上尾就是这项，很快。你啊，title 写了吼，佮上尾一项就是讲，你有听这个人的 story， 讲因唱歌想讲要爱啥，因就甲你讲哦，有要创无要创，拢会使。你算讲你是magician 吼，你用你讲哒哒哒，我要互你3个 gifts，3个 gifts， 算讲 concrete 物件讲。OK， 这个人要我甲听游泳，我唔知讲游泳是啥物 story 吼，本身讲啥物人要学游水，所以我要互你游水衫，我要互你for the next 8 Saturdays， 你要去 take swimming lesson， 还是我要互你sunshine， 所以你咧游水时阵拢足水的位，足爽快去遐学游水。无管是啥物吼，你家己的心肝咧想讲，哦，我听这个人要爱这个 wish， 我要互伊3项 ，to make their wish possible。
真欢喜吼。
OK。
好一点啊。
Make一点 ，but try。Take like 10 seconds.
According to your story.
According to their story， 对对对。According to their story， 是讲你的意見，是讲你是讲你要你互因，意思是这啦吼，是讲人啥在场上人啥无创 for a number of reasons。Maybe 你的 listener 时阵吼 ，you heard something special。你也讲出来，你人不想讲 ，maybe 我真正有你去创。How do you help make in a wish a little bit more possible?
我要学这个手部的表演。什么人去好讲这个？你教我。
是要学什么东西？我也不怎么高明，是要学什么？
上尾就是这边开始啊，要讲话吼，你go take 1 minute each person 哈，讲你的故事，
你这个
你
不是 Apple 就按照没下，我只会 Apple 了。
Share your drawing now。
就简单的，那你会用心去做。真 happy 也反正嘛，也笑了。你也搞这个。就简单了，等一下，你 happy face， 你喜欢听的可以跟他讲话，然后你这个是英文，你再按中文。那你跟别人讲英文也可以啊，英文啊，应该有。我平常
Thank you. So, curious, how was that exercise, the process? What again? We don't notice something about Tiana's story. She, window, yeah. Yeah.
I know him. Because I know him the situation. Right now right now that process I'm doing the same as the way several years ago, and that's why I have a good opportunity to ask to share him about my feeling in this moment, and he can kind of tell me something about his experience. Several years ago, he goes through the same kind of stage, and right now I'm kind of very encouraged, you know. And then for me talking about, I know she'll have a better happy ending because he has a happy ending.
Yeah.
So we will all go through have a happy ending, and then always have a smiling house. And then even though the new place maybe don't have a kind of Taiwanese food, and we can have a dining out. That's how and don't worry. And then also can have the really good life, and then have a good friend over there, right? Rich, everything, that kind of thing. And that's a gift.
Big picture.
Big picture. And then he giving me a lot of kind of picture for me. Otherwise, right now I'm kind of really worry about the where I'm going to ahead of my life, and with my husband and have fun there. And it's a good opportunity. I just talked to him. I said, thanks.
So this is regarding moving from his single home to senior community home. You're worried about that.
Big move, yeah, thank you. Typically, in Asian culture, 唔是講台灣人個人講這款嘅話，outside family 咁怪怪就 uncomfortable. What I sorry. Like in the workplace, it's called mental health crisis, right? So 人個人講話最重要，but 你特別係上班你哋處就冇嘢How do you have time? 少年嘅人即係上班 How do you have time? 他講話 right? So 即係上班嘅 we like more and more making space room for 人他講話唔是講 workplace is all about mental health, but mental health is part of work because 你嘅頭腦就冇嘢，你想辦法代志，是你煩惱就這樣，你可就 capacity 他 be present, right, and to show up at work. So workplace realize this, and they're investing more money and resources in mental health at work. 學校嘛，also 學校 more and more social worker, school counselor, 唔是講老師都就是學校在上班呀。So bigger picture I'm wondering 你大概 everyday life 你敢有機會他講話 like 這款 intimate conversation, right? 你也無 maybe this is an example of is it important? 夠重要how do you create opportunity 當時要為你講出來，會想講這歹勢，這無爽快，這我從了人哋會想我安怎And yet 我看這 energy 啲 room 大家咧講話我唔知你咧講啥，但感覺講大家咧說講 lean in， 真正要愛聽，真正要愛 holding space。英文 use very often 就講 how do you hold space？ The church 咪是 space holding這個 community 咪是 space holding most of the time 做大 group。So how do you create 這款嘅 opportunity？ Because small group also。So that they get to know each other in different ways. Okay? Yeah, Yes, please.
Through our conversation, actually we find out we are we have the same feeling. She said, first she said, we are dreaming of evacuate 纽西兰，但是现在因为大家 几年，体力也不够，所以即马煞无法度去，只好做着妄想。我建议讲maybe会使去看较侪video。往 YouTube， 看人安怎记出来。啊，我是感慨是讲我们少年的时阵无把握迄个时间去，较侪所在要去的所在去佚佗，看老岁仔身体无够，体力无够，所以奉劝即马较少年的人来把握时机，赶快多做。
很足济吼。
啊，是讲要做的代志爱去做。
Thank you. For example, why大汉就是智慧哈，I work in San Francisco. I company 讲你only live anywhere in the United States 哈，but I 3 time zone from the manager. 所以最近去 Argentina， 住遐一个月，哈，伫遐 Airbnb 上班去 cafe 或者 AMC 出去佚佗，哈，有通看位，毋过无需要咧上班。我上班，所以我比伊27岁，所以我54岁。我上班我是 self-employed， 所以我有哩我是安尼，所以我最近去Hawaii 2礼拜半。我 college roommate 住伫遐，所以我住伫伊咧厝。我是无咧开遐尼济钱，毋过伫遐上班，但是4点起来，2点就煞，所以 lifestyle change 就济靠they prioritize 讲 how do I balance work and home and pleasure and adventure 大家侬 how do we balance it more now？ 敢有人要佫讲啥物 ？Any other？ Yes。好的，直接讲。
我讲伊在这个这个 practice 哈。就是说彼此能够了解，有当时就是讲，我是觉得就是说 in this conversation and then you know how to support each other.
Yes. 我要先讲 thank you 大家for participation, full participation. 从这 exercise. So one 件事这个 exercise 就是讲 connect early 所以恁即摆坐，我就是互恁甲 partner 讲话，我毋是讲徛伫遮讲话讲足久吼。就 often 你无 change partner 我无讲互你 change partner 哈尼济解讲伤过济人，我袂 right， 可能2解尔听 each other story 我知讲足济人坐遮尼近你听足歹听，毋过听到足济人拢安尼不爱听，所以真正心肝伫遐想讲这个人我要甲伊 honor my attention 甲伊听 his story。As empathy and compassion， 恁的 example 伫遮2个要 share example 无 story 无讲出来毋知影讲你的 experience 甲别人的 experience 无定足近真正会用你 help each other, support each other. Well, life is too lonely, it's too hard, So you do so many people in front of you. 不是讲一摆就是做 close friend， 但是安怎but there's always these opportunities. As expressing vulnerability 甲 openness， 开始就是讲am I going to share this story or is it too vulnerable？ 可能你知影讲 what will feel safe。有一个 term 叫做 psychological safety， 就是讲 in the room你敢会讲，okay， I can let my guard down， 我免讲 I protect myself 安尼okay， I'm gonna relax， I feel safe 伫遮it's a practice， right？ emotional intelligence 就是讲你咧听的时阵，你无咧讲生气出来，也是无讲，你知影讲你是你家己的 emotion， 也迄个人无管伊从讲啥，是因家己的 experience。I hope I leave you today more foundation for trust among like and then learning together. 所以小朋友伫学校咧学因的 experience 就讲会记得我迄阵去创迄项代志，还是我去 field trip 有迄 experience， 还是恁去 tour。我知我爸爸就去 bike tour, right? Right. He keeps track of how I being you because they shared an experience together. 所以不管是加班，还是去 travel， 还是 maybe 味道 ，like anything can be build more community, right? 所以这么好 ，looking at the whole system of work 哈。Any time and space, any organization 都 purpose, right? 你想说就会是这类 organization task 有 purpose. Every company 某应该的 mission, vision, and values 有 purpose. 想说 exists, right? People 就是讲像人家是这 task 的 people 就是你那个 those people watching online on YouTube, hi. 好，上班就是 leadership team 哈 CEO head level leadership team 还是 managers. But then all the employees, they matter too. As a process, you go, how do you work together? So what's I task a process? There's a virtual community. You gather here on Tuesdays. Lots of communication by email. No, a system structure. The companies know a system structure. 很重要的就是 communication. 人跟人怎样做 communicate 哈？你也不 agree， 怎样做讲我，你那是你的意见，我的意见不同款。怎样做讲，怎样做 make decisions， collaboration。所以你咧话到的时阵哈，你应该有想讲哦，你那咧话安尼，我要甲你切掉，无啦吼，无想讲你话安尼，所以我要话啥物他 respect 你的 idea， 我的 idea 嘛是有 respect also。So how do you do that？ 哈，无讲足简单 ，but naturally 人。I'm gonna say出来就是 naturally 小可会晓创安尼，但是 it's a survival instinct， 讲人跟人爱 connection， 无就袂容易 survive。迄毋是讲爱教的物件。所以较早的 company 就是拢purpose 就是讲趁钱哈 ，bottom line right profit。But yeah, it's prestige and status. 讲MIT Entrepreneur Institute research, material science research, but put your material research out to the world, right? So you just incubator programs, challenge 就是讲how do we put a man on the moon? How do we build an electric car? Some new technology challenge 不叫是 fly for some company. Social mission because just a nonprofit, when we're going to feed the homeless in Alameda County, Chinese community organization. So the purpose of an organization, as a making the contrast between pre-pandemic and post-pandemic work. Is more hierarchical. Why title? 就是讲我有 authority 讲 why way 大家爱创讲 as I say right 是 vertical 讲 engineering department 底下哈较无咧讲大家做伙 collaboration unless it's necessary and it may be more like teams less the whole vertical 是authoritarian 跟 hierarchy 差不多一样的哈就是讲一个人不管因按照 get the information to make the decision 大家爱 execution right make it stick 就是讲one种代志就是这个 way 对靠来 idea 是讲想做你哪有知影讲要教人讲安怎创代志但是你唔知 one a company 所以要安怎想你的 idea 有意思有 value right A factory model 就是 after World War II, 就这个呢，要入去学校 rural communities 变成 urban communities， 就这人爱入去 system 就紧哈，所以较无讲这个囡仔有 dyslexia， 是这个人有 autism， 是这个人读较慢，是安怎，拢讲大家爱 every grade。你到 workplace 嘛是同款讲 okay everybody onboarding everybody in the system promotion and it feels more about the company than it feels about the individual on the people side 较无 diverse in America 就是以前 a lot of white male leads in the leadership role a less age range 这么 company we have clients where people in their 20s and people in their 60s or 70s working together, right? That's new. And it's, so we're working to make it as easy as possible. Feedback. 所以我讲，你哪创安尼，我有 idea 要互你，我敢要你甲你讲 another way to do it 哈。有当下 feels 讲，这个人来甲我 criticize me 哈，你甲我讲 how to do my work 啊是啥物哈。We automatically want to reject it, right? But the rejection, you don't leave other ideas, good feedback on the table. So you lang kabore grow, kabore expand. Emotions, because of samban go, leave your personal life at home, ha. Adi lai samban do shi be samban. Wai tiang gong li sanjia mai ki jambi gina shi sami. So lang jo stress, just say stress. Because of hiring resume jibai ha. So she gong ni ki doi tak say. Ni you some experience, ni internship di doing ha. A jima kapen, oh I got it mostly male ha. I say jima ha. Ben katse, so jima profit jo yang, but profit a planet, right? Environmental impact. She social mission, jima mush gong equity ga justice, right? World ben on diverse. So age diversity, racial diversity, geographic diversity. Just a company, jima mo teams working in Europe, Africa, Asia. Dake time zone. I work together. Accessibility. Jima mo katse lang disabled lang mo jibi workplace. So jima just lang they work at the forefront of making work more accessible. Creative impulse. So jima gong be creative ideas how we tan jibai come into the system. So a company telling different ways to design together, collaborate together. Leadership. Everybody she leader. Bogwani she promotion kika doi ha new opportunity. Share your idea. What do you think? In a meeting, jima ka flat hierarchy. And what will go through every single one, but she gong, in processes, jima she gong dake I learning. There's a book called a Deliberately Developmental Organization. So she gong, dia bode constantly learning. She's Stanford University. Carol Dweck is a professor. Ye book she gong growth mindset. Go nia she gong, oh, I'm not smart. What be how tong say? You close yourself off as opposed to saying, I will figure it out. But I will figure it out. Google, only Google some answer, right? And then you piece it together. And there's more diversity, right? And okay, who you are matters. Jimati workplace resume jibai ha. Even for engineering jobs, other jobs, shong jiong yao, she gong, she sami kone lang. This is something called Nika may have critical thinking, may have shiung ha. Nika ethical. How are you as a communicator? How are you at solving problems? Right?
North Star.
Yeah. So North Star. Yes. So North Star does she gong the mission. So gong the company. Let me give a good example. Like Airbnb. Airbnb 开始时阵in a North Star 就是讲democratize lodging， 所以讲你有厝有 asset， 所以互你趁一寡钱，无管倒位用你变做 Airbnb。即嘛 Airbnb a North Star 就是叫做international globalized experiences， 所以你住伫倒位是 part of the picture。But even if them here, I'm very big. The concierge service, as Airbnb experiences, they in Jima in North Star, she gong when she experience company, she gong hotel lodging company. Adi kwan gong hey mindset, bukwan ni kwan to jide ha. Ni benzo di North Star ha. Dia jinjabe chong hey North Star ni attraction e lang do bukang kwan ki. Alang bitang he sampan e lang mo shoka ben ha. So you North Star 就重要 because
North Star 是不是 like a goal set it in?
Yeah, but the highest goal. The highest goal. A good way North Star Lloyd does she strategic initiatives. As a good way does she build OKR, the objectives, key results. As a good way does she team initiatives task. So the North Star. trust, transparency. Yeah. So what's a slideshow I only share so how do you take a giant skill 就是讲 who you are as a human being 人ang iya say 出来有两项 connection. I 跟别人有 connection， 但係講人你會照顧。第二項就是 curiosity。所以我開始甲恁講，imagine you're going on an adventure 你若 automatically 這是啥？我咁樣你看到我的嘴，這是啥？安尼無 ，that's how they learn, right？所以 human beings 做一敢若生出來敢若迄兩項爾，各個別項攏愛教。Okay， 所以即馬學校攏咧教即款的 skills for 囡仔，毋過迄大人迄老師們無學着 ，right？即馬做些人咧上班少年的25歲以下，younger than 25， 攏有咧學即款的 skill。But 25 to 65, 70, 要不會真正學着 right? So that's what my company does is to help the workforce learn more. One goes to human skills. 個這種係尷尬，唔是講順出來就有。這是說個 company 就是講人最重要，你人有 self-aware 講我生氣 disappointment， 你可能物件會 affect work, right？ 會 affect 你的 leadership style。所以有一個 leader 講ego 還是就 fearful 講我唔知講 world 變遐尼濟遐尼緊，我要安怎 lead other people 迄 fear 會 affect in the action， 會 affect 看因 lead 別人安怎。所以這 human being 愛學 how to be a human being, right？ depends on leader， 所以這個貴就是教 leadership skill。leadership skill 恁 probably 不從貴，management communication。你可能，這個貴就是 help the team， 所以人較會曉創代誌。Now 你做 team 變做創代誌。到家了organization 袂歹啦，we can help with strategy， but 個貴就是you be building consciousness like conscious awareness to build your capacity。講do I have more range as a human for 人嘅 emotion？Uncertainty, 人嘅 experiences. Why everything has to be the way that I need it to be. 大項就 narrow, or how can I be more expansive? Yeah. Go 4 minutes and I will be done. So the 6 signet. So 就是future ready leadership. So go, COVID's. COVID economy, recession talks happening, massive layoffs, So what kind of skills do leaders need? So this is going to gina, in the skill to be successful at work now, more than the degree or college or anything. It's commitment. Sorry, I did not write my copy in there. it's commitment. Commitment 是講你敢有你 commit even if it's scary. Can you make a commitment to something and stay longer term? Because 人 quit job, so every 6 months new job you don't get the stability to make change, right? A curiosity 我講了解cultural competency 就是講人個人無同嘅 perspective， 人個人無同嘅意見，人個人無同嘅 background and experience. So how do you create a workspace that respects 講人個人無同款 ？As a collaborative spirit， 講我要創這項代誌，我要甲你做伙 work together， 即係講我兩個做伙 create something new， right？ 唔是講 why idea be push all the way through 安尼，做得無辦。即係 awareness 就是講你心肝愛你知影講 ，OK， 我即馬無咧聽，就是我聽，就是即馬我無咧聽，就是我 uncomfortable，right？ 家己小可 check in with yourself 就知影講 ，How am I showing up 安尼我想做無 present 佇遮咧聽，是咧 participate as a courage because sometimes big risks with Twitter, like maybe somebody still at Twitter stand up with courage and say, okay, we need to save the company, or we need to do this, and you don't know the result, right? So how especially with climate crisis, population, resource use, very important issues. So how do we work together? And bottom line, everybody, war, any conflict, everybody be respected. But you have to respect yourself first, right? It's hard to respect other people, right? Issue, oftentimes one person will feel respected. Respected, but it comes out as respect. Belonging, right? I connection. The one no I belonging, what a career what country we live in, I'm alone, what will belong, Oh, it feels so unsafe, right? Idea unsafe. The brain starts to work and will create ways for you to be safe, but it creates it in a dysfunctional way rather than a healthy way. Because the awareness, oh, that's my feeling unsafe, and then you get to take action from your awareness rather than going, I'm unsafe and I'm just gonna do some crazy things or say some crazy things. That creates more impact that you have to clean up more later, right? So, and then safety is all related, right? If you don't feel safe, you cannot learn. Be able to feel safe, no learning. Be able to feel safe, no community. Be able to feel safe, no belonging, right? So, this sign, you could use it to read the newspaper. You should go, why is this happening? Underneath, it's one of these topics. I had these extra slides to share, but I don't think, I don't need to go through it. I want to stop for feeling, when we share our stories, most of the time you're gonna call you lang, in a race, I'm calling it ching sam, in education, but we make assumptions, right? So the training tool is you go, hey, let's give people a break, Spend time to get to know people more than the last slide is the reason this is so important because a relationship will affect the team culture, Well then affects are you going to spend all your time one day, or are you going to actually work on your strategy and goal, Right? You're nodding. As an organization culture comes out of team culture, The organization, leadership is just smart, they go, this is a good culture piece. This is a good culture, and I'm gonna save it and make it work. It affects will you recruit people into your company? Will the company be attractive? Because like word of mouth, platform, search employee reviews of the company. So company, company I authentic. I care about people. Care about people. A client acquisition. I need company authentic. Again, the client, the sales call. She's a big partnership conversation, right? Sometimes you'll need to benzo conflict of she so I shall wear the loyalty, if the purpose does she go client sustainability for your organization, how do you make this possible? Starting with the human relationships. And any questions? And I will share the slides. So Yes，
他拄好一个会吼 ，transparency 甲 trust 吼，
嘿
会用请你小可 elaborate 一个迄个部分 ，transparency 甲 trust。
yeah.
用迄个嘿。
Yeah, so transparency 就是讲 like one example. What was it a company 哈？这个热天哈，因唔是 CEO 个过遐哈，三个人哈，on fire 哈，因一日上班，几点钟哈，玻璃遐，拢无讲啥怎，无讲因去倒位，所以过遐个人 manager 遐个人哈，唔知影 the story 哈，所以因大家拢咧烦恼讲 ，Will I lose my job too? Right? 因无咧烦恼讲 ，Oh, maybe 迄个人 did something unethical. Why research is carrying on someone's unethical work. 所以迄个 team 就是 the reason 因是我的 client 即嘛吼，因 stuck， 22个人 stuck 拢袂振动 ，right？ But when 发现就是讲，因拢咧想这吼。 因的头知影，but 因的头无咧讲出来。So the work 就是讲 help that leader feel more comfortable sharing with trust and transparency. Right? 所以最近伊无也未拢讲出来哈，but 伊有咧听哈，有甲伊的 team 讲我有听着你讲啥，我 understand 你咧。 Ask me for something, huh? So go great does you want your turn, right? But the relationship.
I have a question.
Yes.
From your experience, how do you comment on Elon Musk recently?
That's a very good question.
Elon Musk. So what will go on Twitter just a guy, huh? But Elon Musk.
For such transparency, right?
Yeah, no transparency.
Is it old style or before pandemics or after pandemic?
It's the old style authoritarian. You know, my ego, huh? My way, my vision, huh?
Yeah.
He may have a vision, huh? 走去倒位去，huh? 唔知啊嘛，huh? But the way the execution, actions speak louder than words. So you go, trust me, trust me, trust me. I'm going to action about building trust. Right? So, Jimmy Twitter lang, even if he fixes it, so much energy, I doubt he rebuilding trust from one action, right? Aga hai lang, ripple effects, hai lang lose their job very suddenly overnight, right? Well, you know, I went to bed, did it on Shine baby, she's out on maternity leave. He quit 11 a.m. Check email 一杯，4點半 check email 一杯，9點半硬嘢清起來 check email, she lost her job, right? So that can be done so many ways, right? But the leader that is like a cowboy leader, you know, then I'm just gonna do it my way. And
So is he going to be successful?
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
So you know, we have to define success, right? He built SpaceX. He has Tesla. Functionally, so functionally, maybe he's reaching his goals. Functionally, he has 30,000 or more people working for him, right? Do they trust him? Will they continue working for him? Are they there for money? Are they there for prestige? Take motivation mo gangkwai, huh? He'll probably attract people, but it might be hard to keep people, right? It's not black and white, right? Yeah. Was this what you expected you were going to hear today?
That's a very good
Yes.
question.
Yes.
It also can be extended to comment on Xi Jinping.
You take the politics.
Comment on Xi Jinping.
No comment right now. Yes.
要講分析一下哦，西方嘅公司甲
East and
台
West.
灣嘅公司，用台灣來灣嘅嘛吼，即個 Orient 這樣講啊 ，Oriental 嘅公司嘅 culture 吼，和嗰個咱 Western society 嘅公司嘅 culture 有真大difference。
Yeah. Yeah.
吼，那像講台灣足濟攏是 较 high tech 较袂啦。若讲是较 traditional 的公司，拢是家族事业。
家事事业。
family business。
private business。
虽然是讲台湾的 high tech 啊，吼，即摆有改变啦，有改变啦，吼，尽量要向阮的西方的即个公司的形态。头仔你咧讲有正，吼，啊，你感觉讲台湾的经济 miracle， 哦，经济奇迹，哦，伊有法度做经济奇迹，是因为 family business 发展出来，也是阮的学，哦，那个迄个西方的公司的组成。
I'm not sure I understand the question fully.
Okay.
因為英語講冇話聽那些，所以你講台灣嘅 family-owned business，個 Western style business 你偏。
对。嘿，意思讲台灣真濟工業啊吼，咱就bicycle、giant，也是遐個 umbrella 嘅公司，攏是也是講 tire， 比如講 tire、Panda 啦。也是讲阮的叫 manufacturing， 吼 ，lot of family business， they promote their own family member， right? If you are not part of their family, their cousin, their brother, you're not gonna go up.
Right.
Hey, so this is not gonna happen over here.
No.
We work here as our career. More or less, we are successful. We retire happy. But in Taiwan, it's not so easy.
Yeah.
If you're working for a kind of private company, you're not going to be like us now. So, can you comment on the cultural difference between East and West?
Because the Western companies sometimes have opportunity for belonging, right? Because the skill and expertise respected, right? Right? So the respect in the pay, promotion, participation, contribution, the Taiwan, even though the possibility for contributing the same thing, it's like a glass ceiling, right? It's like a glass ceiling. So, what work a little hard, what kind of why keep working? Right? More motivation is show up. Sometimes you stay for stability, right? Sometimes you stay because you're comfortable. You make do. Some people, it works okay. So you need to describe this. The people who want to go past the glass ceiling, opportunity, need to sway for other. So Jima, what's happening? Hey, glass ceiling, no, they crumble. So the Taiwanese man, Asian man, what the glass ceiling feels like because of Taiwan culture, family business. So be a company, Taputo women who glass ceiling, women managers, so like 6% of CEO leadership is female, so it's about initiatives to try, and when glass ceiling of bigog ni zapo lang ni pe lang ni kitoi taxe old boys network. So hire someone. You might as well hire someone that you're familiar. Oh, MIT. I know MIT. I'll hire people from MIT. Right? I'll hire people from my department because it's familiar, comfortable, fast. You can move fast. But Jima, going by the age of 30. The average worker will have 4 different jobs. So out of college, moving, you're not one long career somewhere. So everyone's looking for the best fit, right? A stage of life, so sometimes you settle, stay, and sometimes you just want to break the glass ceiling and try it. So lots of change is happening. Does that answer your question? Hey.
日本的迄个 work 的 culture 甲美国因有咧变化。
What did Japan sampan for Japanese daiichi? Like I work for Okada Katsuya, and I work for Dun & Bradstreet. 所以美國嘅 company subsidiary 多啲揾，所以我嘅 boss 實在是美國人 ，but the company 是mostly Japanese employees 嗬。Hard to say with my experience. 我即係冇講做 multicultural except for organization teams. So what why clients 啲保護啦嗬，mostly working for American company.
我有一個 question。
Yeah, sorry, I'm not answering your question.
TSMC 吼，伊在Arizona section。我印象中，这个 Morris Chen 是講他做 work。因為台灣的 engineer， 台灣的 engineer 吼，伊是 standby 啦，會當做12點鐘吼，伊個迄個 training 吼，甲 adaptation 不同。因此，除了美國 engineer 上去台灣 train 吼，美國回來，等下迄寫 comment 就攏 work 的，說他有這個公司啦。我哪有可能安尼做啦，對不對？他們一定是要愛有伊的家己的時間啊，要創啥物啥物吼。台灣迄個 culture 吼，伫美國袂 fit 啦。所以你莫咧講，TSMC 來美國實在是比較 force come here。最好的 outcome 就是伊可能做出一個 chip 吼 ，maybe double the price，and not competitive， 但是因為 national security whatever reason they still have to do it。你感覺這個美國敢有可能講這個方面 improve 的時候，還是跟人台灣迄做根本就不對啊？安尼。
Yeah, I mean, I think 美國跟 Europe 跟 Australia 較parity 較像嗬。所以即嘛做隻 like cross fertilization like team 嚟家，so Europe, Australia, American culture companies 可以blend well 嗬。And I think Asia culture 真正冇咁款，所以 it depends on leadership。各位 next generation company 嗬，佢 leadership 是最多嘅來，最多要 training， 上面可能 influence。
有可能像台灣的 engineer 吼，咁好無啦，因為美國你找無這種 engineer， 因為台灣攏做啊，攏有講叫做爆肝啦，講肝變肝病，你知無？Giving you kidney。佢做3工，伊就無法度啊，伊就講我不愛談啦。Right。像這無法度 sustain 啦。無法度 sustain。Eventually 我是有 issue 啦。
Yeah。是會講個台灣嘅 leader 會講，oh I see the trend on the horizon when I bend fast and then what's the change strategy 是講when we bend just slow so we don't want to break the system 慢慢來行 blend and it takes a couple generations of workers change but with the pandemic 人不愛講去一個 office 不愛去看hours because with the pandemic 你聽是你感冒你做換你嘅衫換做 pajama 去困一下，做個點來。
伊唔是收尾哦，伊我度佇厝裡做。
Yeah, right. I did it. A company they define on what kind of work 對 to be office how to support people to come in safely. Yeah.
在你像即馬做嘅 consultant 我處理吼，當你那個 consultant 那個 doctor for business 對，你即馬這個就是講白，你即馬 custom 裡面，上面看的 problem 較多，在你所 handle 裡面，你安全需要你的幫忙，所以你公司的幫忙，那些 problem。
所以 semi-quantity problem， 我講是 they help semi-quantity problem。Most of the time 就是講 team dynamics 不好，阮這邊是來 help diagnose 啥做是 leadership 是無，而且 North Star 無 clear 而且 North Star 無 clear，個 team 無 agree 來從，所以所以 diagnose，然後 we create我叫做 team development plan。先講一年係啲被改加上什麼款嘅 training， 什麼款嘅 practice， 什麼款嘅 coaching， 就會 mostly but like 最近how do you face uncertainty？ 唔知講這個 recession，how do you pivot？ running a company is like driving a container ship. 你爱在 horizon， 你 steer 就是 steer 就说了呢，如果你 steer 就说了呢 ，land 不敢位，所以较无你管个后边的人你 follow 你看安怎，所以知讲你就 certain 讲要安尼 pivot but economy is changing. Workforce is changing, culture changing, so helping the individual feel more capable of being uncomfortable, right? To handle pressure. Leadership has to handle pressure better. A lot of it's top down. It's managerial level because just to be manager, convenient or teams growing so fast. So leadership skills, leadership training. So I'm going to end now because I have a call in 10 minutes. But my email will be on the slides. My dad has my email. I'm happy to talk more. And thank you for having me today. Thank you.
Wendy 甲咱做人演讲吼，希望大家呢用这个方面去教
下面是。